How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Friday. This is the Bugs and Blogs with Boilon that I'm sure you are looking forward to. We do actually have some blogs, because that's what I'm combining the words for. Some bugs to talk about this time around. There's a few things that, at the very least, is a visual bug. At the very worst, it is indeed a big problem. So that's one of the things that we're going to start off to talk about before we jump into the blog. But we do have a very telling blog ahead of us anyways. So strap in tight, guys. Let's get started. Let's get this video on its way. Alright, so in order to talk about the main bug that happened this week, and I think it might have been the only one, we're going to have to look at Reddit here. That way. I forget which way we're pointing, above us. So this here is an issue with Dark Dimension. I think all Dark Dimension, but specifically a lot of people were making issues about Dark Dimension 4, but I believe it's all of them. So this has to do with Stark Tech bonuses or boosts apparently not being activated. So this was after the patch went live, and you can see here there's a photo here. Yeah, there's a lot of people, you know, there's 487 upvotes. This was posted yesterday. If you click on the image, it brings you up here. So this was, I guess, I assume this is non-legendary global, so this is Dark Dimension 4 here, and you can see how between attack number 6 and attack number 7, it looks to be about a 10% or thereabouts power decrease from attack 6 here, 103.3k Mr. Sinister and 96.2k on attack number 7. Now this has been circulating around on the Marvel Strike Force Discord, and I think some of the content creators channels as well. And so please correct me down below if anyone's figured out whether or not this is indeed just a visual bug or a actual bug that's happening, because if this is real, this is a big deal. You know, people are losing about 10% power in one of the hardest game modes in the game. I don't know why I said it like that, but you know, so 10% is a pretty big difference, and if Stark Tech isn't applying properly on these game modes, then this is really a big deal. And I have another one. I think this is from a Discord pal of mine. I believe it was his. And so this is Dark Dimension 4 City. This is node 12, the infamous Emma Frost node. And you can see here on attack number 16, 97k Scream. Attack number 17, 89.6. Scream, and of course Night Nurse. Basically a 10% drop, or I don't know if it's 10% exactly, but you know, it is a drop, and this is really important. And so I don't think this has been addressed. I don't believe there's been a post about this, but yeah, Boundless, I want to say Scopely, but it's Boundless now, let's be real, and they need to get their shit together, because this is not good. This is a big, huge problem, and I hope this gets addressed, whether or not it is visual or not. You know, if there is anyone who has been having this problem, please let me know. You know, do you see a tangible difference in your characters? Have you I don't know if you have footage of this, or if you have when you click the view teams button when you're in battle, you can actually see the stats of your own character and the stats of the enemy character. Please let me know, you know, if you've somehow found out, you know, that it is actually a drop in the stats. If you can confirm that it is somehow, I don't know how, that it has been dropped, do leave a comment down below. Get in touch with me, because this is a big problem. And so I hope that this gets talked about more. I hope that we figure out what's going on, because, you know, obviously lucky for me, I'm done Dark Dimension 4. But for those of you who aren't done Dark Dimension 2, 3, you know, any of the Dark Dimensions, this is a problem if this doesn't get fixed. So I hope it does. This is the main bug of the week. I don't really think there was anything worth talking about. There was what I thought was actually the Moondragon purchases in the supply store, but that wasn't actually a bug at all, and that's intended, strangely. But that's it for the bug section. This is really serious, though, and I hope this does get addressed. But let's jump on over to the blogs. Alright, everyone, so here we are with the blog post, and this is titled The Titan of Infinity Watch, and yes, of course, it's Phyla-Vell in the background there. I do like her model. Really great photos, at least the artwork in the promotional pictures here, but it is what it is, I suppose. I don't have her yet unlocked, so we're just going to skip through this starting bit. We're also skipping through the lore of Phyla-Vell if you want to learn more about her and the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the fact that she is apparently both an Eternal and a Kree. You can learn all about that here. And we're gonna skip her kit, because we've also talked about that as well. And apparently there's supposed to be a video here. But hey, that did not work. Surprise, surprise. But we are gonna skip the kit through. Let's scroll down. What else do we have? So vote for Loki and campaign mischief. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. I have to remember not to say the name of my dog. One of your first chances to recruit Phyla-Vell will be on June the 9th during her event campaign. Vote for this guy. I can't say the name. You guys know why. Join Phyla-Vell. It's like Voldemort. Can't say the name. Join Phyla-Vell and her team as they attempt to stop a dimension-hopping president, that guy, from taking over Strike and Nexus Earth. To join the mission, you'll need to assemble an elite team of characters with the limited time Quantum Guard trait. For the list of characters using this trait field, yeah, okay, so we know that. So these are all the characters that are going to be available for the Phyla-Vell event. I will be doing a video probably on Monday or Tuesday related to the Phyla-Vell event, how you can get 5-star free to play, and also what characters I recommend for the Quantum Guard trait if you're kind of an early and mid-game player. Now that I have my baby account, it kind of gives me a way to be able to really see who really is available at the early game. You know, my baby account, by the way, is at level 54 now, so this kind of gives me a good idea as to who to use for the medium and perhaps starting into the hard mode campaign as well. Running parallel with the vote for that guy will be the campaign. See, it's hard. It's really hard. Will be the campaign mischief event, which rewards your event campaign participation with a chance to acquire that guy's new President That Guy costume. Spend vote for that guy energy to earn points towards the daily campaign mischief milestone, which rewards ISO 8 resources, purple and orange mystic gear. That's not bad. Catalyst parts and yellow flash bits. Okay, we are getting yellow flash bits. I don't know if you guys remember, there was an offer for the pink flash bits from the WandaVision costumes that were actually rewarding yellow flash bits, I'm pretty sure, until they took that back. Use your yellow flash bits to purchase the limited time President That Guy's costume. Grab this godly garb before July 1st, and, you know, okay, blah, 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 conversion 60% rate, we know that. Okay, so the interesting, yeah, I mean, I'll probably get it. So it sounds like you're just spending campaign energy in Phyla-Vell, and that's going to reward you with some sort of ratio of 3 to 1 or whatever. It was 3.5 to 1, I believe, for the campaign energy for WandaVision, so it might be something similar. For this, in order to get President That Guy's costume, if you want it. T1 ISO 8 updates. Okay, so this was obviously a huge problem. I did a video about that I posted last night regarding this, but it looks like there was actually some communication about this. But why did this not come sooner? So we are going to get other ways to get T1 ISO 8 greens, and hopefully ions as well. So the campaign mission event that they talked about will include ISO 8 resources, T1 ion orb fragments, basic and premium T1 ISO orb fragments, and T1 ISO 8 crystals flat out. Players who collect all of their free energy and refill their energy 4 times a day. So basically that means 1,000 energy, I think, spent or whatever, thereabouts, will be able to earn 60 controller ISO 8 crystals for each attribute. So this is kind of interesting because it does say that you have to refill your energy 4 times a day. So let's be clear, this is the I'm pretty sure the Phyla-Vell event, so you're going to have to make sure that you're power coring 4 times, sorry, for your energy in order to get these controller ISO crystals. So that's important to you, and I highly recommend it, because controllers are, if you watched my video from last night, controllers are some of the most popular characters in the game. There's way more controllers and support characters that you're going to need for Doom Raid than any other class, so this is very important, so make sure you do this. I will be talking about this later on, though, probably with the Phyla-Vell event, just to be clear about what you're going to need to do to get that. T1 ISO 8 calendar, kicking off June 25th local time. Log in every day for 7 days to earn T1 ion orb fragments, basic T1 ISO orb fragments, premium T1 ISO 8 orb fragments, and players who log in all 7 days will earn 40 so is this just a special calendar, or is this a repeating one? This sounds too good to be a repeating one, so I imagine that this is just a one-time 7-day calendar. This is not going to address the long-term ISO 8 crunch, especially for people who maybe missed this, this is not going to be super great for them. So I don't know what this... it seems like too many, I think, to be permanent. 10 premiums, 40 basics, 10 ion orbs. That seems too much to be a permanent fixture. So I don't think that's going to be the case. This does not address, again, long-term issues with ISOs. Extra T1 ISO 8 orbs going live in 5.5 in approximately 6 weeks. Set your calendars, guys, because apparently now we know when the release date for the next patch is. With the addition of basic T1 8 oh my god, there's too many numbers. ISO 8 orb fragments in the campaign. The team will continue to look on additional ways to make T1 ISO 8 resources available. Now, the biggest problem is the ions. It's actually, they're a little bit on the crystals, but to be honest, guys, it's all about the ions, because there's so many ions, especially if you're looking to sort of start gearing up for ISO level 5 for Doom Raid. And really, it comes down to the fact that you're not going to really have a lot of ISOs or ions to give to other characters that aren't specifically your Doom Raid characters. So make sure that you're investing specifically in these Doom Raid characters, because there's just not enough resources to go around. There's not enough resources for ISOs for non-Doom Raid characters. Even if you want to have fun with some of these other teams that you're not necessarily using in Doom Raid, maybe for Alliance War or whatever, you're not going to be able to do this if you want to make progress in Doom Raid. So be careful about this. Origin challenges. Earn more gear for each of the Origin traits with the upcoming Origin gear challenges. Using characters equipped with ISO 8. Oh boy. Assemble teams for each of the 5 Origin traits and then send them into battle. Okay, to earn purple and orange. Orange, so, right, so a bio challenge, a mutant challenge, mystic skill, tech. So you're going to need 5 of these characters. Each challenge appears twice a week, once per weekday, and all active on Saturday. Okay, so it's not 3 times a week, like most of the regular challenges. Difficulty 1 will require T1 level 3, difficulty 2 level 4, difficulty 3 level 5. So this is basically like Doom Raid, because with the exception that Doom Raid is level 4, you're gonna need this is how Doom Raid operates. You know, these kind of origin structures. So if you're working towards Doom Raid, this might be pretty easy anyways. We'll have to wait and see if whether or not you can just copy and paste your Doom Raid characters right into these challenges and still win it, or if you're going to need specific characters in mind in order to clear it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for that one. So that's interesting, and we'll have to see how much they're going to be giving us, especially at the higher difficulties. But Origin gear has always been a bit of an issue. It's always been a bit of a crunch, even for me. You know, that there hasn't always been a lot there, and you always have to be careful about who you're upgrading, because you never know when you're going to run into that and run out, is what I meant to say. Run out of Origin gear, because that's definitely happened to me during my Dark Dimension 4 journey. Returning legendary events. So we know that the Jubilee event is coming back around. This is going to require Pimtech, of course, and these are mission recommendations, so they haven't changed that. Thank F for that. They didn't. I thought they were going to put in guaranteed requirements like the Adam Warlock Mythic Legendary, but nope, that's not true. So this should be coming, I think, because we just had Doc Ock. I think is this going to be on not Monday, June the 7th? It's going to be Monday, June the 14th, I think, because we just had Doc Ock this past Monday. So I think that's... They didn't say a date on here, did they? But I think that's what it's going to be. Monday, June the 14th. I think that's probably the date scheduled for that. And you're going to need her, obviously, Jubilee, for Adam Warlock. So if you are looking for it, if you are thinking you're going to be in the running for Adam Warlock, make sure you get Jubilee, because you're going to need her. Upcoming blitzes, we do have... What is this? A symbiote and a cyborg. We have Anti-Venom. An Anti-Venom blitz on Monday. Okay, great. You know, that's nice. Thanks. I could actually really use that for my baby account, so I'm gonna try my best on that one, and I'm sure everyone, I don't have him at 7 stars, so I imagine everyone's gonna need anti-venom shards, so, you know, do well on this blitz, because that will help. But we get a second pass of Misty Knight's blitz. I don't know why I didn't see that, but yeah, we get Misty Knight's second run. We currently have Colleen Wing's second run. Hopefully you guys are doing well on that, and we'll get, for what it's worth, Heroes for Hire unlocked, even though Infinity Watch might be kind of, you know, countering them, but it's okay, because not everyone's going to get Infinity Watch, and Heroes for Hire is still a big pain in the ass. Bonus and flash events, we have the Asteroid and Magneto event coming back around if you happen to need him. Payday, thank you. I need more gold. We need more gold. Gold. We need more. Change to Health Steal. Okay. This was added in the patch, by the way. So they changed the text of what it looks like. This attack ignores death proof and passive that trigger when a character drops below a certain health. So all of the existing characters, these characters here, all got updated for that. And now this is really, it says future characters, changing the health steal mechanic for future characters so it doesn't ignore death proof on enemy characters and will trigger health threshold passive abilities. So if you guys know that if you use the health steal at the right time, let's say past between 50% or 51 and like less than 50%, you can actually bypass a lot of these passives that trigger when you drop below a certain health. That can be bypassed through the current characters there here, and I think they weren't intending for that to happen. It also bypasses death proof, so if they're less than, I don't know, 20% health or whatever it is that the health steal does, it'll instantly kill them, bypassing death proof. I don't think that was what was intended, but that is how it works. And so I guess in the future, when they add health steal mechanics for other characters, it's not going to do that. So these characters are going to be inherently better than any future characters that have health steal because it won't do it from now on. Alright, so they're doing a weird, they're not nerfing, but they will be nerfing future characters. So the two main reasons for these actions: the way the health steal currently works doesn't fit with where the team wants to utilize the mechanic in the future, or how we want it to interact with other future characters that grant death proof, or have triggered health threshold abilities. The dev team looks to reduce the effectiveness of older characters only in the most critical situations, and believe that leaving the functionality of health steal is fine for them. The team thrives for consistency to make sure that mechanics are visible and easily understandable. There are a few instances in which some abilities work slightly different, such as how some chain attacks can be interrupted and some cannot. As always, we're open to hearing feedback. What I do want to say, guys, is why is it that some passives trigger other passives and others don't? So a good example of this, and I don't have all of them off the top of my head, Hydra Rifle Trooper's passive, when he dies and comes back and does that spray, that triggers Kestrel's passive to do damage, whereas I don't know, Ronin and there's other passes out there that don't trigger other passes. I don't need to explain this. So they're not very consistent when it comes to that, and that kind of pisses me off. But that's another rant for another time. So that's the end of this blog post, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about these new Origin challenges? That's probably the most interesting thing on here, probably here, these Origin challenges. We'll have to wait and see how it kind of works alongside Doom Raid, because this is basically the same requirements as Doom Raid. It's like Doom Raid Light, I guess. I don't know. Just with in a challenges. It is twice a week though, so it's not bad. If they do add more Orange Origin gear to this, I'll be happy, because that'll allow me to do things for gearing characters that I wasn't able to do in the past because I was concerned with Origin gear crunch. And we'll see if that helps to fix any of that. That seems to be the biggest thing. I'm not really too big on these sort of ISO changes. It seems to be like a band-aid fix. It doesn't seem like a long-term fix, because these are just temporary things from what it sounds like. So I am a bit unhappy about that. But hey, let me know in the comments down below if my unhappiness is unwarranted or not, or if I'm just blowing steam. So that's the end of this, guys. Have an awesome weekend, and of course, until my next video, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Boilon signing out.